I'm not a morning person.
Dedicated to being passionate about it.
Bodybuilders have become more lazy.
People have always thought I lift fake weights.
Iran and the United States.
You take responsibility for that.
Tell me about your dynamic of your friendship and also like, coach and his coach and client relationship with you and Justin Miller, your coach.
Yeah, I mean, the dynamic between me and Justin is just like, it's unparalleled, it's unmatched, like it's more than just coach and athlete, like we're genuine friends and, we look out for each other. And, the thing I love about Justin is not only with me, but with all his clients, his primary concern is, health and safety, like he's not just having, his clients do a bunch of things that can, hurt them or, potentially hurt them, or intentionally try to hurt them or anything like that. He's very mindful of that. And he really puts his all into it. He's very passionate, about it. Like, like for example, like when, like say if, well, I believe one of the Olympiads when I got third again, he was so passionate about it, he you could see like he was, upset because we didn't get the win. I just had to talk to him. I had to talk him down a little bit, but he's just, that's how passionate he is. And that's the kind of coach you want. You want a coach that's going to be passionate, as passionate about it as you are. I mean, definitely the athlete. I mean, the coach shouldn't be more passionate about it than the athlete, but you should want your coach to be definitely on the same kind of wavelength as your passion. And he has that, so he definitely devotes a lot of his time into all of his athletes. And with me and him, man, it's just another thing. Like even when the day comes when I say I don't compete anymore, me and him are still going to be talking every day and, seeing each other, from time to time, hanging out. It's just much more than a coach and athlete dynamic with me and him.
How do you develop that trust? Like if he looks at you and he doesn't like how you look, let's say, I mean, obviously you have an ego, I'm sure, right? Like how do you develop a trust where you just kind of, take what he says and don't get upset?
Well, I mean, I already had it in my mind already, when I started to work with Justin that, I don't want him to just only tell me what's good about me. I want him to tell me what's bad about me, because that's how you progress as a competitor, as a person. So, and another thing is like, look, if I'm hiring Justin to coach me and guide me, then I have to put my ego to the side and I have to submit to what he's telling me. I can't be like, oh, what do you mean I don't look like this? Like you got to just accept what he's telling you and make the necessary changes and adjust. That's it. So that's what it's all about. And I feel, and that's how everybody should be with their coach. I mean, if you're going to hire a guy, but yet you're going to have too much of an ego where you're going to want to not listen or go against what he's saying, then that defeats the purpose of hiring him, So I just have that, I just believe in Justin. I just believe him. I believe in him. I say this to a lot of people. Like if me and Justin were to lose 20 shows in a row, I would still continue on with Justin because I believe in him that he has the knowledge for us to get it right one day. So that's how I just feel,
I think what happens a lot, when you place, you've been blessed, like you've been placing always high your whole career, pretty much, right? From what I was able to see, but let's say if you place, a lot of people when they place they place lower and then another bad show, they tend to leave the coach and blame it on the coach for the most part.
Right.
That's what I'm saying in bodybuilding.
Yeah, absolutely. But I see the thing. What I think about that is, let's say I get a bad placing, right, and then I decide to jump ship and try to find another coach. Okay, well now this new coach is going to have to take a whole bunch of time to try to figure out my body, the things that Justin already knows about me, and then that could be a drawback, because then we get that leaves room to make even more mistakes. So that's why I feel like it's important, if you trust one person, just understand that things can happen. It's a subjective sport. I mean, even like, the best coaches that have the best teams in the world still would lose games from time to time. I mean, the 90s Bulls, as dominant as they were, they would lose games from time to time. So it's you just have to understand that. And if you do take a loss, just review what happened, how you looked, what you did, and work together to adjust it so you're better for the next go around. That's it.
How much strategy goes into when you guys plan what shows you're gonna do? Like, how do you guys usually decide? You know, why was Tampa the right? And obviously, 2020 was a crazy year because there was very limited amount of shows.
Yeah.
Like, like let's say you go on the show, and do you decide whether to do it or not based on who else is going to be in that show?
Not really. The way we usually decide which show we're going for is just if we go over and say how much time we would need for me to make whatever changes I want to make to my physique. You know, like we'll say, okay, well, this show is X amount of weeks away. This gives us X amount of weeks, you know, for off season. Then we got to start prep here. Will this be enough time for us to bring up this body part, that body part, you know? So that's pretty much how we go about it. Originally, I was actually supposed to be doing the New York Pro in 2020. But then, you know, that because of, you know, the whole shutdown, everything like that, that didn't happen. So Tampa ended up being the one that I ended up doing. So that was kind of just because of the whole lockdown and COVID thing that chose, you know, that I did Tampa. But that's pretty much how we go about choosing a show. Just if it's enough time for me to, you know, get ready or not.